Hi guys, Jake from Wise Assets. In this video, we're going to break down a day game approach from the opener to the mid game to the close, and how you can hold the conversation, build the attraction, and key points to take consideration when it comes to getting a number and landing the future date. But if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, subscribe, provide insights for high ambitious men to become the best version of themselves in sales, influence, and seduction. But without delay, let's get into the video.
Hey, excuse me. I know it's at the blue. Stop for a minute. I know it's at the blue. I saw you strolling from a distance. I like the way you strolling, just enjoying the summer weather.
Okay, are you working in the shires?
I'm not.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I just came to speak to you.
Okay.
I find you quite attractive.
Oh, thank you.
Is that awkward to you?
So from the get-go, she immediately thought I was trying to sell her something. Now it's key that she understands that you're not a salesman, that you're not trying to get her to buy in some sort of product or some sort of service. You're there to actually build attraction, trying to find out what brings her to where she is. So key in building that first good response. No one likes being sold something directly, so you don't want to blow them out the water because of the wrong conclusion she's got in her mind.
Don't you get it
single?
often?
No.
No? Sorry?
No, I was even told I'm not approachable much.
Really?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Co-worker.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Just, are you quite rude, quite aggressive? You don't come across that type right now.
No, I don't think
Yeah?
so.
So I actually did a bit of reverse psychology there when I said, are you quite rude or are you quite aggressive? From me pointing it out and bringing light to it, she's generally most likely not trying to go down that route of saying she is. So it can make the conversation and make the engagement more lighthearted from actually shining light on the aspect of her being aggressive or being rude.
Come across quite pleasant. Enjoying the weather?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you planning today? What you come out to town for?
Just walk around and
Yeah?
see what's in shops. Maybe
Okay.
I like something.
Okay, alright.
Key question to ask is when you do first approach a woman is what brings you here today, or what brings you to town? And from that question, the answer you'll get can really paint a picture of how the interaction may go. From this interaction, she was out shopping. I mean, she wasn't with a mate. She wasn't going to on a date. She was just on her own shopping. So you can sense that she's got maybe a feel of actually wanting to engage in some sort of way because she's got time to actually just spend.
You don't sound like you're from UK
I'm
or...
from Poland.
Okay, nice, nice. How do you find the UK? Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Most of the time.
Most, I suppose. Nottingham's not too bad. I mean, there's quite a few shops, quite a few restaurants to go to. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm presuming you've been taken out to a few?
I often go with my friends, yeah,
Oh, do you?
but I'm not very familiar. I follow them.
Okay, just your friends, not a guy.
No.
No?
Just my focus is
Okay.
somewhere else.
Really? You focus somewhere else? Why is that?
Now, I didn't actually label the fact that she might have been taken on a date before in Nottingham. I labeled it as I'm sure she's been taken out on to restaurants and bars, which is less abruptive, less forward, because I'm only literally under 5 minutes into this conversation, so I don't want to be just slamming on date talk straight away. I'd rather we talk about, skirt around it and talk about aspects of what things there are to do in Nottingham, like restaurants and bars. Now, she did actually deflect the aspect of saying she's only been taken out by her friends, which in your mind, you should be thinking the fact that maybe she hasn't got a partner, she hasn't got a boyfriend, she's single. So there is maybe the aspect of actually her going on a so-called date to a restaurant or a bar in Nottingham. But that's something you've got to realize. You've got to fill in the gaps and say the things which aren't necessarily too abrupt, too forward, which can get them thinking. Because if you mention the fact that I'm sure you've been taken to restaurants and bars, in their mind, they're thinking that they're thinking of dates and past experiences. She knew what I was speaking about, but she didn't want to label it as, she didn't want to mention the fact that she's been on dates. She just said her friends. But yeah.
What's your focus on? I'm curious.
My job, my uni.
Yeah? Okay, uni. All right. Is that uni of Trent?
No, I just recently graduated and I think about next step.
Okay. Yeah. What did you study? I'm curious.
Psychology and criminology.
Ooh, psychology and criminology. I'm presuming you're the criminal investigator type. You don't like it. You don't like the criminal investigator type right now.
Do I?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I can see it
Criminal?
coming out. Maybe because the shades are hiding it.
No, I don't want to work in my profession.
You
It's
don't.
just,
You don't.
no.
Nah. Sales. That's what I do. I teach like influence and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. I teach online, but I'm most of the time in London and Manchester.
You teach online.
Yeah.
What do you teach?
Sales and influence.
Oh,
Yeah. So
you
I'm.
seem like a sales staff.
Do I? Is that why you were quite, you know?
That's why I
Yeah.
asked you.
Assumptions. Yeah.
No, not assumptions.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
That's my
I presume it's a
intuition.
good assumption though, no? It's not a bad one. Are you currently single? Currently dating?
None of that. I'm not single and I'm not dating.
Okay. How comes?
How come?
Yeah.
Like I said before, my focus is somewhere else.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when a woman says she's focused on her career and focused on her job, generally it's down to the fact that she's had a past experience of guys which kind of messed her around. She wasn't taken serious, so she kind of gravitated towards the whole career thing, 100%, which is completely fine. But you've got to understand that there is a fun side she wants to bring out too. So it doesn't mean that you should shy away and not take that step forward and want to pursue someone, but it's just the fact that she's put that guard up from past experiences, and she wants to be taken um, serious and not just um, going around in circles. That's just what I've learned from past experiences.
Yeah. What's your ideal type of guy? Like, I'm presuming you've been on dates before. You've met guys. What's your ideal kind of guy? Like, what do you look for? The right
I
kind of
don't
person.
believe in type anymore.
You don't believe in guys?
I don't believe in type anymore.
Okay. So what do you believe in? Because
Connection?
I like someone who's feminine. I like someone who's
Well, I'm
family
not.
orientated. Sorry?
I'm not.
You look it though.
Do I?
Yeah, you look it. You look it.
Well, maybe personality doesn't match my
Yeah.
appearance.
It doesn't. It doesn't. If you say that, it doesn't match your
Yeah.
appearance. But I like that anyway. That's what I like. I like someone
Alright.
who's feminine, quite family orientated, grounded, career driven as well. I think that's quite important in today's age. And a nice person to spend and get to know. I like traveling. Like I literally come back from the
Speaking
car.
to random people.
Sorry?
And speaking to random people.
Well,
on the street.
that's how we get to know people generally. Maybe not on the street, but we get to know people through just networking and
Okay.
being confident. I suppose putting yourself
Alright.
out there. I feel like we need more of it. I'm not really with like online dating and
No, it's fake.
like what's your definition of a true man to you?
There is no definition. I guess it's slightly different to what people believe.
Yeah. What's your definition?
Well, what I lately found attractive is being caring.
Caring.
Caring
Caring.
about other people.
Caring. Caring is important. Yeah.
Yeah.
With this woman, I did dig deep in terms of actually finding out what she wants from a man. She wasn't giving too much away, but as I dug a little bit deeper, she said caring. That label, that word, caring, has a lot of connotations around it in her mind, in her perception. Now, caring can mean all sorts of stuff to different kind of people. But the question I asked after caring, what's important about caring?
What's important about caring though to you? Because caring to me might be different to what you believe caring is.
Taking about care about other people and
Yeah.
protecting them and
Yeah.
making sure they feel good about themselves
And the question, what's important about caring, can actually give you all those connotations of what caring means to her. And at the same time, it actually elicits the emotions of what that means also. And while she's actually looking at you and telling you all those experiences of what caring actually means, she's connecting those deep thoughts, those feelings towards you, which makes you more attractive in her eyes. That's something I do teach day to day coaching, day game coaching seminars. So a little bit of a gem there for those that are in my group. I want to find out more how to seduce.
To be good to everyone, you know. Sometimes it's nice to speak to someone who you may not know. You may make their day. Like you're gonna go off into the wilderness, you know, into the wilderness of Nottingham, and never really see me again. So it's just nice to exchange,
Right.
you know, see how people are. Sometimes you can, dissociate ourselves from connecting as a human being.
Well, it's hard for connection, I guess.
Yeah. But it takes guys like me to reach out to you.
All right.
Yeah. So I hope I made your day anyway. I hope I made you smile. You weren't smiling before.
Oh. Well.
Now you are. I got a thumbs up. Well, lovely meeting you anyway.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy your day. And yeah, if you want to take my number, my phone's literally died. We can maybe exchange and talk about meeting up for a drink.
Okay, why not?
There's a nice bar in town that I go to quite regularly.
Now, in this scenario, my phone actually died, so there's no excuse in terms of getting numbers. Always attempt to give her the number, her to actually drop you a message or drop call you in some sort of way. Because even if you drop call and leave a message on the answer machine, it'll still go through and there'll be a notification on your phone. So there's no excuse. If your phone dies, always attempt to actually get her to message you or WhatsApp you in some sort of way. So there's some sort of exchange and contact there. And when it comes to actually getting a number, the main focus should be actually lining up the date. I see a lot of guys, and I've been coaching a lot of guys who push to get the number or get the Instagram or get the some sort of Snapchat. Focus on lining up the engagement. Once you line up the engagement, the number is simply just the receipt. I'll say it again. If you line up the engagement, line up the fun experience you've got planned in her mind, the number is just the receipt. So, and that should be the main focus when actually trying to get some sort of contact information. Not the number, line up the actual engagement, the actual date itself, line that up, paint it in her mind, talk about how fun it's going to be, how mysterious or where it's going to be. The element of mysteriousness can be a great way of attracting a woman rather than actually just saying, let's go for a date. If she asks where it is, oh, I told you, I have to come and find out. Rather put it that way than actually telling her where it is. She might have already been there. So it's best to just actually just land the date, create some sort of imagery in her mind, talk about how it's going to be. I know we didn't do it in this interaction, but generally, lining up the date is key when getting a number.
Okay.
07 39.
Well, that puts me in a position I have to text you. That's bad.
No, just drop me best. Just drop call it. You don't have to text me. I'll text you.
Now, when getting her number, she was a little bit reluctant to actually give it because she didn't want to have to put herself in the position of actually having to message first. Now, the reason for this is because usually good-looking women do get approached by a lot of men on a regular basis, and she's used to getting approached. She's not necessarily used to actually having to message a guy first, especially on the first occasion. So the way to get around this is actually ensuring that the engagement and the interaction with her is fun, is emotionally engaging, it's rewarding, and the aspect of actually going on a date to continue this kind of interaction is pretty high. So actually in this example, she actually reached out to me first, regardless of what she said. So it just shows that, as long as the engagement and the interaction with her is something to be to look forward to on another occasion, then she's more willing to actually break those paradigms and those mental complexes.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, just text me and I'll message you. I will actually
No, I'm
reply
not
to
gonna
you.
text you. I'm just gonna
All right.
give you one.
Is it more of the because
That's it.
is it more of the guy has to text first thing?
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I understand that. See, I'm a man. I'm willing to do that. Take that first move.
Well,
Yeah.
we shall see. See ya.
See you in a bit, yeah?
Now, if you guys want more value like this about day game and seduction and approach, or if you guys want some sales tips, if you guys are salesmen and or saleswomen and want to find out more about how to gain more leads or um, get more sort of sales in your company, then feel free to reach out. Um, Join my Telegram group, hit my LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Feel free to reach out. I mean, I can provide some extra value your way. But this is Jacob at Wise Assets. Peace.